Hi, I'm Bill, and I've been shopping. This is a haul video. What's that? Well, that means I've been shopping. It means I've bought some games and I'm going to try them out for the first time, give you some quick first impressions and talk about what I've been buying. This is an idea taken from Makeup Tube, from BookTube, but I think it lends itself quite well to games as well, because you can record just a little bit of footage, a little bit of a first impressions thing, and have a little chat about how they play for someone picking up these games for the first time. And I think quite a good way for sort of newer YouTubers to make a little bit of content, a little bit unscripted, a little bit free and easy and nice and friendly for those of us who don't really have massive collections. That's my shelf. It's just one shelf. There's not like hundreds of more games hidden behind here. There's a few that aren't in shot, of course, you know, there's layers going back, but it's pretty much it. You know, it's not a room, it's not even a cupboard. It's my game shelf, you know? And I don't know where I'm going to put these, but sure. Anyway, I went to the UK recently, and when I go over to the UK, I quite like to do a little bit of retro game shopping. There's more available there, more choice, more retro game shops in the UK. You guys don't know how lucky you are if you're in the UK just to have sex. You've got a retro game store in pretty much every town, sometimes more than one. That's pretty cool. Here in Germany, we don't have that. So whenever I'm in the UK, I like to hit up some retro game shops. And the one I went to this time was Entertainment World in Birmingham. I was hoping to pick up a copy of Zelda 2, but someone got there before me and it disappeared by the time I got there, but you know, that's fine, we don't hold grudges. It was behind the counter, I could see it. It was right there, but it was reserved by someone else. Boxed copy of Zelda 2. Anyway, I got Parasol Stars, the story of Bubble Bobble 3. I'd love to understand a bit more of the Bubble Bobble lore and how this all fits together, because I know that there was Bubble Bobble, where Bub and Bob were turned into little dinosaurs. And then Rainbow Islands is a sequel to that, when they're turned back into, you know, normal kids, except they can shoot rainbows. Then, I don't know, they bought umbrellas. So then what's Bubble Bobble Part 2? I've got a long history with the Bubble Bobble series. When I was in primary school, there was a computer in the school, which my class inherited from the class above once. They weren't happy about that. They told us everything about the computer that they knew when they received it. Right? And that was exactly 2 commands in MS-DOS. CD Bub Bob and bobble.exe. So it was this old computer in this primary school, this is 8086 I think, that nobody knew how to do anything on, pupils, teachers, nobody, except for load Bubble Bobble. I mean, perfect as far as I'm concerned, you know. And then Rainbow Islands I played a fair bit of in the arcade. At this holiday park they had a Rainbow Islands arcade machine and Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. I've been there more recently and it's all like penny pushers and claw machines and these sort of weird VR things that people my age who grew up in old-fashioned arcades don't really understand. I'm sure they're lots of fun, but what am I supposed to do? Sit down somewhere in public and put this big visor over my face and have no idea what's going on around me? No, thank you. When I use my VR at home, I'm always just careful to make sure the shutters are closed. Right, so how's the game then? Well, it's good. I feel like we've not really investigated the full possibilities of using umbrellas for space travel. Hey, Minerva. No, sorry, single player only, I'm afraid. Yeah, you can have a turn later. Oh, you can go down the bottom, of course you can. Well, like you remembered. Float over there? No, not quite. The floating with the parasol mechanic is cool in this as well. Except when you've got something stuck on there and you just want to go down. Oh yeah. Yes, hello. These games were magical back in the day. Obviously, I've played more recent Bubble Bobble games. I got the, what is it, Bubble Bobble for Friends on Switch. Tell you what, it's disappointing. Taito had like the magic when they created these games in the 80s, And somewhere along the line, it's just not there anymore. I'm really enjoying Parasol Stars right now, but I don't have a great deal of nostalgia for Parasol Stars. As I say, for me, it's the one I played kind of least often. So without nostalgia, this is still great. So why is Bubble Bobble for Friends kind of bad? Definitely worth getting into the originals though. Bubble Bobble, Rainbow Islands, Parasol Stars, all great games. Bubble Bobble Part 2 is fine. Probably. I don't really remember. Didn't get it in Europe. You'd think this music would start grating by now, but I'm an old school Bubble Bobble fan, so it's fine. I would like to see more Parasol Stars. I feel like this game came out kind of later in that original series, after Bubble Bobble, after Rainbow Islands, and people have kind of moved on. Even though I think Parasol Stars is actually the better sequel to Bubble Bobble, sort of in terms of mechanics, continuity, and I feel like it would have done better if it followed Bubble Bobble just straight away with Parasol Stars. Get ready for some finger-searing action as Bob and Bob blast their way onto your screen. Use 4 kinds of elements, fire, water, lightning and star, to overcome wave upon wave of nasties bent on ending your quest to rid the universe of the evil mastermind Chustikan. I like Parasol Stars. I like all of the Taito platformers from back in the day and had a lot of fun with them. I now have all of them that were released on the NES in Europe, except for the New Zealand story, which isn't particularly hard to find or expensive or whatever. I'm just going to be keeping an eye out for it when I go retro game shopping. It's a shame it doesn't have 2-player. Those games are always great multiplayer games. Well, you know, Bubble Bobble and Rainbow Islands in the arcade anyway. Rainbow Islands not so much on the NES, obviously. Also, the starter manual says we're taking Bob and Bob on an adventure, and then it just immediately starts talking about just Bob. After saving the villagers of Rainbow Islands in his previous adventure, our hero Bob is enjoying a well-earned rest. No mention of Bob. He's gone. The next thing I bought was Double Dragon. Why? Because it's featured in The Wizard, 1989 film starring Fred Savage. That feature-length Nintendo advert is still doing its work, like 35 years later. Remarkable. Alright, let's check out some Double Dragon. Oof, that's a bit violent, isn't it? Oh, man. Double Dragon music's great. Bit slow though, in PAL. They obviously haven't optimised this game. Oh, you can headbutt. Well, that came in handy in the 80s. No one's done it since. 3 kicks. Or 6 punches to make someone fall over. Like, kicking's just strictly better then, right? This music's great though, one of the great NES classic tracks. I don't know the game very well, but I do know this music from Nostalgica. Ooh, big boy. Get him off the... There we go. Yeah, check out Nostalgica. I'll put a link in the description to his Crash Course in NES, which is, I think, where I know that music. Music for this level, not really feeling it. I can imagine this one being a little bit better if it was faster. Now, as you know from my Street Fighter 2 video, European games were by default a little bit slower, 50 frames per second instead of 60. While a lot of games were optimized, like, you know, Nintendo optimized all the Marios right from Super Mario Brothers, not a lot of games were. Like, I think the majority were probably just slower. Music certainly feels slower than it ought to be, and I think the game does as well. It's a good game though, I'm having a good time with this. I think I briefly played, when I was a kid, I think I briefly played Double Dragon once, but not on the NES. I don't think it was the NES. Was there an Atari port? Not Atari 2600 or VCS, but like Atari ST. Double Dragon port. Arcade, NES, Master System, ZX Spectrum, Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64, IBM PC, Atari ST. There it is. Yeah, there was an Atari ST version of Double Dragon. I think I had a demo of it. And that demo disc was the total of my experience with Double Dragon until now. No, I'm having a good time with this. I like Double Dragon. Recommended. Retro Sofa seal of approval. Double Dragon. You know that bit in, of course you do, the bit at the start of The Wizard where Jimmy gets 50,000 points on Double Dragon. I've been playing this a while. I'm at 22,580. There's no way he could possibly get 50,000 points in the time that they were in that bus station. Watch my video about it and then add that fact onto it that I've just learned about not being able to get 50,000 points in Double Dragon that quickly. Anyway, what's the music doing here? Yeah, they definitely front-loaded the music, put their best foot forwards, as it were, with the first track. Title screen's great. First level's great. After that, I can just turn the sound off. Also, while I was there, Double Dragon 2. Double Dragon 2, The Revenge. In 19XX, so a little while back, violence ruled the streets of New York City after the nuclear war. Even with the crime syndicates growing bigger every year, two young men were brave enough to challenge them. While their names were Billy and Jimmy Lee, people called them the Double Dragons. Cool. So this is post-nuclear apocalypse. Obviously, there would be crime. And yet, the dragons had one terrible enemy. To fight against him was the destiny and fate of the Double Dragons. One day, Shadow Warriors attacked the city and Billy's girlfriend Marion was killed. Oh. The Double Dragons swore to avenge her death. Let's go, Double Dragons. Mission 1, into the turf. This is so 80s action films. I don't know who designed Double Dragon, but they have not read one book. Oh, okay, so B kicks behind you now? Oh, okay, no, I see, right. B attacks left and A attacks right. This is also a good time. Double Dragon 2, also seal of approval, I think. You can kind of tell by the music, like, I think it's running slower, but obviously I've not played it on NTSC. This is the only version of Double Dragon 2 I've ever played. Time I've ever played Double Dragon 2, so maybe you can tell me in the comments if this is slow. I assume it is. The last game really felt sluggish. This one... that's a thing that can happen. This one feels okay, but I might be just used to how slow the Double Dragon 1 was. Ooh, don't know how I did that. Wasn't what I wanted to do, didn't hit him. They're escaping in that chopper. You'll never make it. Mission 2 at the heliport. Chopper's lost word now, isn't it? Alright, come get me. Alright, come get me. It's okay, I won't do it again. Come get me. I did you do it. I did you do it. I did you do it. Stop it, Bill. It's silly. Ooh. Fast boys. Got problems? Kick him in the head. Can I get on this? Can I get on this? My chopper's leaving without me. Hold it. You'll never escape from us. GRASP. There was plenty of time for me to GRASP that chopper. The chopper escaped into the neon-filled night. Mission 3, battle in the chopper. See, 80s action movies, they did not know the word helicopter. Does that just... Oh, did the knee thing. No, stay. Big chunky guy. Yeah, got that. Yeah. Got that as bacon. Yeah. Yeah. Here, come see what's in my bacon door. Do I like this more than Double Dragon 1? About the same. Both great. Both really fun games. Wish I'd had them back in the day. We didn't have any Double Dragon games on the NES when I was a kid. You know, I know they were like really popular and whatever, but we just never had them. It's actually really weird what kind of games you end up having as a child in that era, in the sort of 8 and 16-bit era, because you didn't have the internet. Nowadays, if I want to buy a video game, I spend a load of time on YouTube and on like review websites, you know, getting all the information. You know, I'm scrolling through Metacritic, you know, and watching gameplay videos and see if it's the type of thing I'm into before I make my purchase. Didn't have that in the 90s, so what we used to do was get games with box art that we liked, or based on like franchises that we knew, you know, like how do I beat Schwarzenegger here? Like movie and TV and cartoon tie-ins were like really popular back then. The games we had DuckTales, we had Chip and Dale, careful, and we had Bucky O'Hare, you know, all great games. We didn't have this. But yeah, sometimes like a game would just get hyped and you'd get it because of the hype without really being able to investigate whether the hype was real. Like obviously we had video games magazines and stuff, and I got them all the time, but you know, it was one, you know. I couldn't go to a magazine. I couldn't go to the magazine rack in the local newsagents and buy all of the magazines. I had my subscription, you know, to Total, and that was my magazine. And whatever the guys at Total thought about a game was all the information I really had on whether I wanted to buy it. The rest was marketing. So I'm sure there were games in the 90s that turned up more often on TV shows, stuff like, you know, Games Master and stuff, because they were being marketed through it. I'm sure there was some, I have no evidence for this, but I'm sure there was some money changing hands to get certain games on. Like Super Putty, right? Jump this. I had Super Putty. Everyone I knew had Super Putty or Putty. It was massive for me and my friends and people around us. Not a great game, but it was everywhere. Where does this path lead us? We've got no choice but to go on, though this is the way to certain death. Mission 5, Forest of Death. Oh, so it's in the name, so it's a bit of a giveaway, really. Forest of Death, I'm going to go there and do death. So, danger. Why did we all have Super Putty, right? Because of the advertising. You know, I remember the magazine adverts for Super Putty. It was the magazine adverts and appearing in all the TV shows, and it's like, yeah, I got to get Super Putty. It doesn't matter that I don't think it reviewed particularly well, you know, much better than anything else. It was just hyped up, and everyone I knew seemed to have it. The other one we had Dragon's Lair on the NES. Now, Dragon's Lair on the NES, not great, really, but it got a lot of hype because of the obviously revolutionary arcade game with the full motion video. NES didn't have full motion video, I don't need to tell you that, but we still bought it, I guess. Guess the box art looked cool, I don't know, I can't remember, don't know why we had it. But we missed out on Double Dragon, we missed out on Mega Man, right? There's a big gap in my gaming history where Mega Man should be, going back to retro games as an adult. Like I played all the Mega Mans now. Mega Men. But back then, not a one. Never even heard of it, really. Like, I can imagine I at one point saw a magazine review. But no, never occurred to us to buy Mega Man. I don't know, maybe Capcom's marketing game wasn't so strong in the UK. Like, who knows? Those games obviously did very, very well in the US and in Japan. But I don't know, maybe not so much in Europe and the UK, or maybe it was just me. Who knows? But either way, we didn't have Double Dragon, we didn't have Mega Man, we had Dragon's Lair and various cartoon games. Although we did get lucky on the tie-ins, as I say, those were some good tie-ins. Like, I remember Rude. Game over. I remember having a great time with Bucky O'Hare and with the original Batman NES game. Those were good times with those. But yeah. It's weird what games you get when you're a kid. 3. Did it again, same as with Turok. I can't resist a set. If I see a game and all of its sequels together in one shop, I'm picking them up. Double Dragons. 3 Double Dragons. Double Dragon 3. The Sacred Stones. A year has passed since Billy defeated the Shadow Warriors. Yeah, I definitely did that. But a new danger has reared its ugly head. Marion has vanished. Is she the one who was killed in the last one? Sorry, should I be spoiler warning in this? I am Hiruko, a friend. I have information about the girl's disappearance. Yeah, she did. Hiruko, her captors will release her after you deliver the 3 sacred stones of power. Okay. Like, it was obviously a thing with the kick and punch. Okay, so we're back to the start one with a few more animation frames. That's neat. Back to the original controls. So I guess do I just want to go back to kicking again? Brett. Listen, I tried to stop them, but they were too powerful for me. They're great fighters, but the one you must fear the most is... Oof. Do one of these, because these guys look pretty tough. Ooh, that's cool. How'd I do that? Yeah, you don't know. Oh, I've got to run. I play around the cap. Yes, just get on my lap so I can hold the controller normal. Alright, kick them. Okay, so you can't jump kick when you jump straight up, and I appear to be mostly doing that by mistake. Alright. Yeah. Can't run, I thought I'd run before. Didn't do a run. Oh, there we go. That's really inconsistent. And you can't do anything while you're running. Oh, you can jump, but it's just the normal jump. Oh, well, that's useless. But, Minerva, what are you doing? What are you... Minerva, you're going to get me beaten up by those guys. Never had Double Dragon as a kid, and now I got the full set. Just like a set. That's it. Oof. Billy Bear Hands. Not like a nickname. How do I get out of this? Started running by mistake there and just got punched for it. Oof, okay. And I'm not keen on how this one controls. Oh, that was it. What? There's no lives. Just game over. Don't like that. I don't think I'm ever going to see beyond like the first couple of screens of this game. Yeah, Brett, I'm not getting much further. I felt I had like a reasonable sort of little go at the other Double Dragons. I got to play a little bit, do a couple of levels before I started losing lives. This one. Ah, what? The AI can definitely do things. Also, with these animations, it feels like my kicks are actually a lot slower. Like, it looks cool, but gameplay-wise, I don't know. I feel like the instant punches and kicks were more satisfying, you know? Don't jump kick me. Yeah, if I move down slightly, then their running doesn't actually do anything. Oh, they're surrounding me again. Okay, Double Dragon 3 is not impressing me. It's way too hard. It's unforgiving. It feels unfair. Like I don't have a chance to get to grips with the controls or anything. I'm just getting wrecked on this. You know, this is literally the second screen here. All I've done is go through that door. Ooh, what? Too many enemies on one screen as well. You don't get to progress. I'm never going to see beyond that building. Minerva, you're on the cable. Can I have this? I've got to change cartridges, darling. I've got to try the next game. It's going to sit on me forever, don't you? Boop. I am a serious YouTuber. Boop. She's grabbing my nose. Minerva. If you're going to buy Double Dragon and you see Double Dragons 1, 2 and 3 in a shop near you, just get 2. 1 is good, it's a classic, but it doesn't have the simultaneous multiplayer that make these kinds of games great. Double Dragon 2 does, and is still great. Love Double Dragon 2. Double Dragon 3, don't like it. Too hard. Don't get that one, or the first one. Get Double Dragon 2, have a great time with Double Dragon 2. So the next game I want to talk about from this little haul is McDonaldland, or MC Kids, or McKids. Don't know. Cartridge says McDonaldland. MC Kids, apparently. That's what it says on the cartridge. Why did you buy this, Bill? Watch the intro and then I'll tell you why I bought this. A fug. No, I'm having a good time reading a book before video games ruined childhoods forever. Ronald was showing off his magic bag at a picnic in the meadow when all of a sudden, is that okay? Showing off his magic bag to the children? Help! Help! The Hamburglar has run off with my magic bag. Oh, sounds painful. Search the levels of my clubhouse and retrieve at least 4 of my puzzle cards. If you come back to my house with 4 cards, I will show you how to get to Birdie's house. Well, it feels like, dude, if you want me to help you get your magic bag, why have I got to get you these cards? Straight away, pretty standard 90s mascot platformer, isn't it? And we'll see how it goes. Except golden arches instead of coins, of course, because product placement, and that's what I wanted to talk about. The reason I bought this game is the product placement. When I played a few multiplayer NES games with Claudia, we played... Oh! Okay, I don't want that then. Anyway, ooh, fast. When we played some multiplayer games, one of the games we played was Turtles 2, the arcade game, and in that game we spotted the Pizza Hut signs on the walls.
You know how Hat in German is Hut? I thought, when I was younger, that...
The restaurant was called Pizza Hut.
Yes.
And that got us talking a little bit about product placement in classic video games, and this is like the ultimate of that. Sorry about that, I had to get the door. It was Amazon. See what I got. I got ice cube tray. The other examples I remember, of course, there was the Pizza Hut in Turtles, as I mentioned, and I remember Cool Spot on the SNES as well, which is based on the US character that advertised 7-Up, I think. We didn't have Cool Spot in the UK. We had can't remember his name, some lanky dude. But we did get the Cool Spot video games. Video game product placement continues neatly up into the Xbox 360 with the Burger King games. Is McDonaldland or MC Kids card. I'll have to find those, that's cool. Part of the lineage, you know? Did Burger King see McDonald's make... I'm not going to take the leap of faith, am I? Yeah, leap of faith, whee! Oh, okay, yeah. Did not pay off. I know it's like the other burger restaurant, but did this game somehow eventually lead to Sneak King? Who knows? We were obviously aware back in the 90s that we were being advertised to with a lot of these games, and you know, the other one, Zool and Chopper Chops. Remember that? Zool? And the first level was like the Sweetie world that was full of Chopper Chops. You found a card for Ronald's Clubhouse. Hooray! This is kind of better than it has any right being. The controls are really smooth. I like the sort of the feel of the momentum. I can feel the Sonic inspiration in the movement. It's obviously not as polished. If you've never played Sonic the Hedgehog game, then do that before you play McKids or McDonaldland or MC Kids or whatever this is. You know, it's better. But you know what? It's good too. You can have a good time with this. It's pretty easy. Lives are plentiful. The controls are tight. I feel that when I have died, it has absolutely been my fault, even that last one. And that one. Go far! Run away! We did it. Oh, come on. I'm going to come back with a brick. Bash that gopher's head in. I don't think video games make kids violent. Get it. Presentation wise, this is fine. Which is kind of weird, actually, for a game that's clearly supposed to be advertising. I would have thought they'd have kind of gone all out on the graphics and representing the brand and stuff, but the graphics are incredibly bland. The music is fine. It is the most forgettable 8-bit bleepy bloopy music. It's fine. You know, the graphics are all right from a sort of gameplay perspective, but where this really shines is in the control and in the gameplay. Oh, I've remembered something. I think I've remembered something. I'm having a nostalgia flashback. Let's go. Woo! Yeah! I thought I vaguely remembered like magazine screenshots of this game and the kids being upside down. Alright. Bonus game. I presume I'm going to jump on the up. This is all a bit random, isn't it? Wow! You have found enough of my puzzle cards. I don't need to sound so surprised. Hurry on to Birdie's treehouse. Hamburglar was last seen there with my bag of magic. Hamburglar has run off to Grimace's world. If you can find 5 of my puzzle cards, I can show you the way. So, am I to infer then that the puzzle cards contain the route to Grimace's house? Or is this just more busy work like Ronald McDonald made us do to get into his clubhouse? The last game, Yoshi's Cookie. Cookie! That's what it's about. Come on, Mario, you can do it. We believe in you. Where's he going? Hey, Yoshi! Yoshi! What? Oh, this went dark. Heart, flower, diamond, check, circle, Yoshi. Yeah, those are all of the types of cookies. In vertical columns or horizontal rows to make the completed columns and rows disappear. Right. I guess this came out on Super Nintendo as well, right? I don't have the Super Nintendo one, I just got the NES one. It's just what's in the shop. Okay. Yoshi's Cookie. Yeah, it's alright. No, this is kind of a cozy game. It's not, you know, it's just you get to have a nice time with Yoshi making some cookies. What more do you need? I haven't played many NES puzzle games, actually. We had Dr. Mario. That was it. We had Dr. Mario. Oh, what's happening? Did I win? What's that? Oh, he's got it. And Dr. Mario's whatever. Maybe that's why we didn't play very many puzzle games. You know, I played a lot of Dr. Mario when we were kids, right? And we did definitely have a good time with it, but all the times I played it recently felt kind of disappointing. Like most of you, of course, my puzzle game of choice would be Tetris. Where does Yoshi's Cookie rate? If my comparisons are Dr. Mario and Tetris. Below Tetris, above Dr. Mario. Yeah, that's the order. Tell you what, I'm going to be using very little of this footage. So why'd I pick this one up? I guess good price, got Yoshi on it. There are some of you out there watching this who are quite good at Yoshi's Cookie and are quite annoyed at the way I'm playing it. I'm not bothered in the slightest. Bye, Mario. Go get that cookie dough. No, no! The cookie dough getting him! Oh, you know what I just realised? Someone speedruns this. Okay, there are other things that I definitely want to be doing that will be more useful for my YouTube channel right now than playing Yoshi's Cookie for the length of time I've been playing Yoshi's Cookie. But I want to finish one game. And sometimes when you're playing Yoshi's Cookie, your brain just stops. It's alright, you know. It's not the most exciting. It's a cozy little puzzle game. Bye, Mario. Come on, you know this from Koopa Troopers. Let's see, so after a little while it does start to get a little bit more frantic. No, Yoshi, this is too many cookies. What do I do? What do I do? Do that. It's getting faster. Oh, we lost. Oh, Mario. Oh, I feel you, man. Round 5, stage 5. High score 28,420. Beat that. It's a bit of a damp squib to end on, isn't it? It's a pretty good game, Yoshi's Cookie. I did quite like it, and I would play it again and make a bit more of an effort to understand what I'm doing, but that's not great content. I don't think it'll be coming back to the channel again. Never mind. So, what is going to happen on the channel next? Not going to get to this just yet. That's a thing for the future, but we are in spooky season. I picked up the spookiest NES game there is. Oh yeah. The original survival horror. So look forward to that. Thanks for joining me for this little haul video. Why not leave a comment below telling me if you've got any memories of these games, or if you've picked up any other games recently you want to talk about. In fact, if you're a YouTuber as well, go shopping and do a haul video, because they're pretty fun. Aside from that, like, subscribe. Thank you for joining me on the Retro Sofa. I'll see you next time. Thanks to Ultra Muffin for supporting the Retro Sofa. If you want to support the channel, get shout-outs and see videos a day early, look for the join button. Either way, thanks for watching. Bye!